Well, it has been a nice long winter break for us here at Unstoppable, but that doesn't mean the men's basketball team hasn't kept us on our toes as they continue into A10 conference play just a couple weeks back here in DC. The last time we talked, the team was on their way out of a 4-game losing streak and into a warm weekend at the Bahamas Showcase. They left Paradise Island securing a 5th place slot, beating out the Milwaukee Panthers with a slim 3-point lead, 66-63. But I guess the sun got to them down in the Bahamas as they returned back to the district only to lose to the University of South Carolina in a 9-point loss, 74-65. Despite the loss, though, first-year Jamison Battle and senior Armel Potter continued to anchor the team through some tough losses and close victories, including the unexpected buzzer beater against Boston University, ultimately winning 64-63 in the final seconds of the game. Let's not forget to throw Jameer Nelson Jr. into the mix, forming a colonial trifecta as they continue to defy the odds, specifically in a record-breaking victory, knocking the undefeated Delaware Blue Hens down the ranks, beating them 66-56 with Arnaldo Toro leading the pack. The Colonials were on a winning high going into winter break, until they came back to the Smith Center, only to fall right back into a 6-game losing streak, besides the Longwood University win with a 78-65 win. Of course, the Potter and Battle duo came in to clean up the mess, securing a 73-67 victory against our revolutionary rival George Mason, with first years Chase Parr and Sean Walker Jr. proving their skills on the court as new Colonials. Was it the Potter and Battle duo that brought the team to victory, or those record-breaking tricorn hats? Yep, that's right. Our basketball team may not have a secure winning streak, but we do hold the Guinness World Record for the most people wearing a tricorn hat under the same roof. The Colonials went on to defeat UMass in a 75-51 victory, with a longtime unstoppable favorite Maceo Jack scoring 20 points in the game behind Potter with 22. That brings us to our most recent game against Fordham, where the team only lost by 4 points, and here to break all of it down for us, you know her, you love her, our senior basketball correspondent, Savannah Gaida. Savannah, is it just me, or did the team get a little too much sun down in the Bahamas?
Well, guys, it's been a while since we've talked about men's basketball, but to be completely honest with you, I am 100% tuned in to A10 play. I forgot all about the Bahamas. So the team's doing much better than when we were last in studio. They're 10-11 right now, and they're actually 4-4 in the A10. Obviously not the most secure winning streak, but you can see a lot of improvement and growth. And the most important factors into them winning more games recently have been their growth, their confidence, and their fans. As Jamie and Christian said in the last press game conference, the Smith Center had one heartbeat against Davidson.
Savannah, what would you contribute there? They obviously had a major win last night against Davidson, quadruple overtime. What factors would you consider are big in that game compared to some of their past games that they've lost?
Well, unfortunately, the team did suffer a lot of injuries in the beginning of the season. Javier Longarica was out with a wrist injury. He's still out. Justin Williams is still going through concussion protocol. AT is not 100% with his lower body injury, so they're very iffy about putting him in because they want to make sure that he's 100%. So it's really been up to the freshmen to step up, and we've seen Jamison Battle take on a leadership role since the home opener against Howard. He's been unstoppable since then. Also, Jameer Nelson Jr., who dunks every single game, but most recently, I think our biggest factor has been Chase Parr. Without AT, we don't really have a solid rebounder, and he's been that guy to come in, get those rebounds, be more aggressive for the defense, and actually he's had 2 consecutive double-doubles in the last 2 games. So, I mean, kudos to him. He's been great for us.
So, yeah, going off of what you were saying about Parr, it's amazing that we have such heart and soul in these new freshman players, and they're super excited to get on the court. And it's really exciting that they are taking this new opportunity and really going with it. But along that same vein, Jamison Battle, Armel Potter, and Jameer Nelson Jr. have kind of been the leading players so far, of course with AT and Maceo Jack, obviously. But what do you think is going to happen now that Armel Potter is injured? He's been, a leading scorer in most of the games so far. How will freshmen Jamison Battle, Chase Parr, Sean Walker Jr., how will those guys be able to step up and take that clean up for those injuries?
Yeah, well, I mean, as for Armel, he got out the first half of the game against Davidson and then was back on the sideline with crutches for the rest of the game. We don't have a status update on him yet, but crutches are never a good sign. We're hoping that maybe it was just a small tear or something, nothing too serious, so that he will be back. But in the case that we don't have him on that court, I think it's really going to be up to Chase Parr to start being way more aggressive. He's already doing a good job. He's got a lot of heart. He's all in, but he's also still learning. So if he could just learn a little bit quicker and improve his game, I think he's going to be one of those top players. Jameer Nelson Jr. is probably going to turn into one of the leading scorers because right now he's the 4th leading scorer. Armel is obviously the 1st, but without Armel, it's going to be Jameer who's going to have to step up. And Jamison Battle, who's still shooting the most three-pointers on the team, he's going to have to work on his three-pointers because he hasn't had a lot of luck lately. He's still keeping up his streak of making at least one three-pointer in every game. But if you look at, for example, the loss to Fordham, Jamison only made 1 out of 10 of his three-pointers. And Maceo Jack only made 3 out of 13. So it's great that they're attempting them and they have the confidence to shoot them. They just have to work on making them.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing them as they continue through the A10 conference and hopefully into the A10 championships. Thank you so much.
Thank you.